and I'm a little on edge. I think I need to call my friends. Somebody come save me. It's 5:01 and we can drink the night away. Pour a little bourbon for me and my friends, and we'll see how this story ends. We'll kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the bottle's done. When the night is over at 6 a.m., I'll roll on home with a smile on my face. It felt like a good night, get a little crazy, let it all out and howl at the moon. My head is ringing like they're playing house bells, and I can barely remember my name. Kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the bottle's done. We're feeling alright, we'll turn it up and get down tonight. We're feeling alright, we'll turn it up and get loud tonight. Kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the bottle's done. Kick up some dust, cause a little scene, have a little good time drinking Kentucky gasoline. We ain't sorry, we're just having a little fun. We're drinking whiskey tonight, won't stop till the bottle's done.
It's days like this you'll never miss. Every hour's eating at your soul. If someone said they'd save you, then leave you hanging out in the cold. You've tried everything, but hell consumes the night. You've tried everyone, but there's no one else inside. Singing to the world, the moment of me life. Time is running out. Singing to the world, the moment of me life. Where's your hero now? You thought they were brave, but they're running away. Where is your hero now? Where's your hero now? I see the pain buried in those eyes. Where is your hero now? Where's your hero now? It's days like this all your mind seeking your own home. Where are the heroes tonight? There's nowhere inside, and it's you against the world. Taking on the world, the moment of being light. Time is running out. Taking on the world, the moment of being light. Where's your hero now? You thought they were bad, but they're running away. Where is your hero now? Where's your hero now? I see the pain buried in those eyes. Where is your hero now? Where's your hero now? You thought they were bad, but they're running away. Where is your hero now? Where's your hero now? I see the pain buried in those eyes. Where is your hero now? Where's your hero now?
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land under the fray, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to rename the name of the brave. We are the USRA. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save this land of the brave, the USRA. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land under the fray, and the home of the
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to SCSRA, the all-star race at Talladega. The heat racing is complete. We've got Jake McCarty and Balenciaga making the main. We have 20 laps coming off this qualifying. The field will then invert, and we'll do another 20 laps. And then the admin team will be busy at work, and they'll be working to figure out the best average finish. From there, they will create the last 10-lap shootout here at 3-wide Talladega. Smaller size field, but it is the best of SCSRA. And they're going to be competing for the $100 prize that Devin has graciously put up. Should be an interesting little fight here. We've got 3 minutes of qualifying left. Still some drivers out there. I'm trying to get everything set up for you guys, but I want to take a look at Season 8 schedule. As you can see, it's going to come quick. Starting in July, Daytona, Auto Club, Nashville, Vegas, Dega, Texas, Charlotte, Sonoma, Iowa, Michigan will be your regular season. Kansas, Dega, your round of 12. Bristol and Homestead are going to be your round of 8. And the championship this year will be held by Tony Starch at Phoenix. So it's going to be a pretty quick night tonight. Going to be an exciting night. We'll go back and take a look at our sponsor board real quick. Dev Sports Cards, Morris Custom, Sunbelt Rentals, Acres, and of course Tammy Strong been supported in the sports cards. Intensity ran the trucks all season. But tonight, the All-Star brought to you by SCSRA Live. David Hartney, by the way, I'm not under caution. David Hartney, by the way, is back in town, so maybe we'll get a Thursday show. We've been tossing some ideas around, and football season, everything coming up, and, well, we're going to be pretty busy in the next 2 weeks with the off season, trying to get everything right and ready. I know there's no rest here. Oh, we've got 2 championship races coming up Sunday night, NSRA, and then Monday night, ASR Tour. They're going to finish their seasons as their championships are coming. Don't have too much time for commercials. We're not going to run a bunch of only 20-lap shootouts, so we'll take this opportunity to hear from one of the sponsors.
It's not very often you find a job where you look forward to coming to work every day.
The equipment rental specialist is a great way to start your career here at Sunbelt. You're the face of the branch, that first person that's going to give that customer that top-notch experience.
The everyday life as an ERS is never the same. Working with outside sales reps, job site visits, taking in a lot of phone calls. So being an ERS gives you a great opportunity to work in every aspect of the business.
When a customer gives me a call, I talk with them, find out what it is they're doing. If they're going to have a delivery, ask for their address, get the information they need, how long do you need it for. Whenever they're done with it, they give me a call. I schedule a pickup and service it and send it right back out to the next customer.
We work with anything as big as like excavators, skid steers, to generators, chainsaws. I get a huge satisfaction of just seeing the equipment and contributing to projects.
Once you become an ERS, doors are open for you and you can almost do anything in the company. I was able to learn. That allowed me to become an outside sales rep.
The opportunities are endless, and Sunbelt really promotes from within, so it makes it a great company to work for.
Sunbelt offers a great support system. If there's ever anything you don't know, everybody you work with is willing to help you.
The training we get here is phenomenal. Everyone here is just wanting you to be your best, and always helping you learn.
When starting, they were able to help me get familiarized with the equipment and making the transition from my previous role to this role. I was able to make that smooth transition.
An equipment rental specialist allowed me to propel to the position that I am today as an assistant manager, and that just shows how the opportunities are endless.
Sunbelt is really for the employees. There's something for everybody in Sunbelt.
And now, race fans, for the most famous words in motorsports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
And we are back. You can see already starting to roll. Oh man, I don't know what is going on with this. Well, Dev, you gave me a million different things. We're gonna go right to Heat 1. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Let's see how it pops up. That is definitely not correct. Okay, hold on. That might... Okay, we might be okay here. We're going to try to get it through quickly. Sylvain Jr. Brett Merle, Sharn Hill. Balenciaga, Trey Spears. Joe Wright, Jake McCarty. Josh Hall, Ryan Gomes. David Hartney, welcome back. Kevin Butchino. D. Wright. Eddie Morris. And it is going to be a 14-car shootout here. We're going to get out of the zoomed in as all pre-race has ended. As they enter 3 and 4 for the first time on this warm-up lap. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Let me get your tickers back going. Remember, first heat going to be 20 laps. And then they will reverse this. The pace car is off. Sylvain going to be on the pole here. He's going to get things started as we go green. So, $100 on the line. We are green for the first time tonight. Hoping we don't have a lot of cautions, but with money on the line, who knows what that brings. It all comes down to the 10-lap shootout at the end. And heat of 20 and 20. You can see Devin Butchino and Eddie Morris on the high side. Butchino, he is a past champion, the current champion. Gets a NextGen win, NextGen pole truck win, and truck pole. Eddie, Fry Piper Morris, he's a past champion. NextGen win and a truck win. D Wright, the NextGen winner, NextGen pole, truck winner, truck pole. Sharn Hill, he's here with the NextGen pole and the truck pole, truck win. Brent Merle, a truck win. Hartney, NextGen win. Joe Wright, NextGen win and a NextGen pole. Junior, a NextGen win. Trey Spears, NextGen pole. Balenciaga, Jake McCarty, they get in from the heats. And 3 wide, we are, well, looks like Sharn Hill having a little bit of connection issues. He's flashing. As Junior going to dive down to the middle lane. He's going to fall to the bumper of Jake McCarty. Normally I'd say teammates, but right now all drivers in one chat. So it is pretty chaotic up there. On that high side, we've got Butchino, Morris, Josh Hall, and Balenciaga. Joe Wright to the lead as he goes from the middle lane to the bottom. He's going to have D Wright, so set of brothers hooking up. David Hartney going to be the third car on the bottom line, followed by the Cat 5-5, Sharn Hill, and Sylvain. That middle row going to have McCarty's, both Merle brothers, and Trey Spears. And Josh Hall goes from that high line. He's going to drop down to the bottom. You can see Eddie Morris and Devin Butchino kind of fell to the back a little bit from that high line, but also I think they saw a little chaos out in front. They're going back to the third lane now. And linking up with Jake McCarty and Josh Hall. Josh Hall goes all the way to the bottom, makes his way to the top. The middle line, absolutely dead. Only Brent Merle hanging out in it, trying to find a hole. Looks like Jake's going to drive down the middle lane now, try to link up with the 11, give him some help. Oh, Josh Hall, by the way, linked in to this race. He's locked in by being the previous All-Star race winner. He did win Season 6 last year. Hartney now gliding his way up into the middle lane. The Cat 5-5 puts up the fastest lap of the session. See, he's trying to get the front bumper to the rear bumper of David Hartney. He's going to be that second car. He's going to be responsible for trying to get Hartney clear of these Wright brothers. Huge run coming in that middle lane, led by Josh Hall, Devin Butchino. Trey Spears now diving to the bottom. He's running that Davey Allison Haviline paint scheme. Already 5 laps complete in Heat 1. Balenciaga comes in with a 48. He won and locked his way into the All-Star race. And you know what? I actually have an image. It's not supposed to be Tony Stark right there. Boom! Wait, this is in the open. We're going to reboom. Boom! We are in the main, courtesy of Morris Customs. Butchino diving to the low end. He's going to dive to that middle line, trying to hook up with Sharn Hill. David Hartney now able to get around the Wright brothers. Josh Hall running that middle line. He's going to dive down in front of David Hartney. Oh, Brett Merle in the 11 going to drop with them. So far, these guys able to avoid some contacts, some close encounters though. It is only a matter of time before Talladega takes some casualties. Money make you do crazy things. And that's what we're going to see here on this beautiful Wednesday night. I don't know what I'm going to do with my life for the next couple Wednesdays. It's not enough Wednesdays where I can start a hobby. And 4 wide right now. And they're going to shrink that 4 wide back down to 3 wide. As McCarty's going to clear in front of Sharn Hill. Ryan Gomes with an aggressive push on Joe Wright. Trying to get him up to the front, trying to get him clear of the 11 of Brett Merle. Josh Hall, he's going to dive to that high side. Wonder if he started getting a little overheated, need a little air. He's going to come up in front of Joe Wright. Joe Wright is going to push the snot out of him here. Josh Hall's going to say, up, back to the bottom. Trying to link back up with Brett Merle. I know the spotters in these cars have got to be going absolutely crazy. There's a ton of action. And Butchino now going to drop back down to the bottom in front of Sylvain. Eddie Moore is kind of hanging back. I think he sees the aggression and he is waiting for the wreck to happen. Trey Spears now moves all the way up. And Junior is now leading some laps. He has his brother on his outside. Getting pushed around by Joe Wright. And they shuffle again. Now D Wright going to be pushing. Joe Wright going to be following behind. So side by side, you've got brothers everywhere. There are 4 cars up front, 2 sets of them. Now Butchino hooking up to Trey Spears, trying to push him to the front. And they run into the back of Josh Hall. And nowhere to go. They're going to need a bigger run than that. Halfway through Heat 1. And the Wright brothers back in front. D Wright in the lead. Joe Wright doing the pushing. Josh Hall still going to be the first car on the outside. They're starting to get their run, and just like that, D Wright going to come up and slow the run down. That's going to be a set of Wright brothers controlling the lanes. Eddie Morris goes to the 3rd line. He's got the Cat 5.5 going with them. Looks like Balenciaga, Butchino. Wright going to go up with Butchino. That's going to leave Junior in the middle line, waiting on Josh Hall to get to him. David Hartney now going to be responsible trying to get to Junior. Joe now going to come back down in front of the 11. So you've got Brett on the bottom side, Junior up high. You've got D right. D's in that third lane. You got Joe on the bottom line. David Hartney coming to split up the brothers. He's bringing Sharn Hill. Will Sharn Hill be able to get to the bumper? Hartney gets a little bump from Sylvain. Great handling by these drivers as the 13 comes and clips the nose of David Hartney. Now Hartney sliding up. He's going to make contact with the Cat 5-5. Hartney and Sylvain going round and round. Sylvain coming back on the track, and the caution should come out because the 05 goes flying, and there are X's everywhere. That started right in here. David Hartney and Ryan Gomes make the initial contact, clean up Sylvain. Trey Spears and Butchino going to be involved. Eddie Morris, Josh Hall, and McCarty also going to be involved. See Butchino able to get around it. Whoa, Trey Spears almost gets taken out by Sharn Hill. Sharn almost came back up the track and killed him. Sharn Hill gets turned by Balenciaga trying to get back on the track. You can see him trying to slow down and goes for a ride. Well, that was fun. The 66 and the 8 both reporting meatball flags. They're going to have to bring it down pit road. Just like that, we'll go hear from one of our sponsors. Well, so far, these guys not disappointing as well. Trying to control Tony Starch. What do you want from me? He's not easy to control. The caution is out. We have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different lap leaders. Joe Wright has led the most. He's led 10. And this going to be a crazy shootout. As Joe Wright and Junior. Gonna be up starting row 1. Josh Hall, D. Wright, Brett Merle, Jake McCarty, Balenciaga, Butchino, Gomes and Morris, Sharon Hill, Hartney, and Sylvain will be bringing in the rear. So I was a little worried when I was like, okay, well, 13 drivers, what kind of show can they put on? But then when you look at the 13 drivers that show up and qualified into this thing, you knew it was going to be some intense racing for 13 laps. I'm not quite sure what Starch is doing up there. He's lost his mind. He doesn't have Duvendat controlling him anymore, so he's just doing his thing. Although, I was working with Eddie earlier. I don't know if I can do it again. I was talking to him. Let's see if I can figure out how I did it. But I'm pretty sure Starch can dance. So if there's one thing I learned tonight, Tony Starch can dance. Not very good, but he tries. These guys coming down the back stretch, they're going to have a 4-lap shootout, and then they will go in reverse order from their finish and run it again. Fast repairs do reset. Eddie Morris, Hartney, Hill, and Sylvain all had to use theirs. Fastest lap of the night still belongs to Balenciaga. Halfway through 3 and 4, the pace car getting ready to pull off the track. This thing going green as the lap ticker goes to lap 17. That's a lane change for Butchino. Disqualified. And a shimmy and a shake. Shimmy, shake. Shimmy, shake. Heat them up. Dev's ready. Gonna have to make some moves quick. Right. Junior gonna get this thing started. Josh Hall already getting to the bumper of Wright, and D-Wright already getting to the bumper of Junior. Joe with a big jump here. Josh Hall going to try to link up quickly. He's going to have to try to link, push as hard as he can. Oh, Devin with a tight squeeze down into that bottom line. He's able to get behind Josh Hall. Brett Merle now going to move into the middle lane. Balenciaga looking to get through the third line, but his car is kind of shifted driving up. Jake McCarty kind of drifted a little high. Put on a baby block on Balenciaga and stopped the run. Well, the 13 tried to come down in front of her one Wright brother and almost took the nose out of D. Wright. If you take out 2 Wrights, it's definitely wrong. That's what I've heard. As D's going to try to slide all the way down, but Joe's going to actually move back up. Wright brothers not working well together, and there we go, the 13. We saw it earlier. He came down, almost took the nose off. This time he does, and it's going to bring out a second caution. And I don't know if there's green, white checkers in these here races. We're going to find out. I'm not quite sure if Heat Racing will have it or just the main 10. Some surprises on that little shootout though. Joe and D. Wright thinking they're going to link up, and they end up just swapping positions. And that goes and gets Junior in some trouble as he comes down, not clear, off the nose of D-Right. We'll go watch it again. We got a little bit of time here. You see he's not clear. And that's going to get the 13 spun around. And a big one. Now, if there's not green whites, which I'm not sure if there is, Joe Wright will win Heat 1, and he will start dead last Heat 2. Whereas Trey Spears is dead last, he will start on the pole. And it does look like green-white checkered is going to happen. So you learn something new every day. What's up, Arnie? I see we're doing a little green-white checker action, huh? Oh man, we might use all three the way you guys are driving tonight, and you putting on a show down there. So
I don't know if something changed in this last update package with the aerodynamics for these cars and drafting, but man, we're getting some massive runs in these cars.
Well, you're getting massive runs, and I see it. If there's a car just kind of stagnant in that lane, you got to pump the brakes a little bit, let off some gas, because you come in hot very quickly. But
yeah, we're seeing up to 202, 203 coming into corners if you're glued together.
Oh man, so what you're telling me is this green-white checkered could bring out another green-white checkered, and we could have some excitement going on here.
100%.
In this 2-lap shootout. So, well, I appreciate the update. I saw the counter go up. I said, you know what? We must have them. So here we go. Activate chaos.
Pretty much. I'm out for this one, but I'll hang out with you until the end of it.
Oh. Oh, yeah, you are, aren't you? You're all the way down.
Yeah, that last one, I used my fast repair on that first one. My wheel was a little cockeyed, and then this last one broke the tie rod, so there's not enough time to fix it.
Well, the good news is you get to start on the pole.
If the invert works correctly.
That's a big if. That's a big if, and we're going to find out. But
well, being in the front here, you don't want to be out there anyways, because those outside lines can take so much. They can just run off with it. So, being up front's not really ideal either.
Well, I think it's ideal to start a race, but you're right. At the end of it, you don't want to be there. Because, man, this pace car taking its sweet time. As you see, right, and Merle got Morris, and hey, Balenciaga, he won that heat race to get his way in here. Running in the top 5. Him and Jake McCarty, big shocks tonight. And then I don't know where the 66 came from. He limped his way in.
I thought he was the
oh, he's the admin pick.
Yeah, he's the admin pick.
Yeah, everybody else is good. We didn't need a broadcaster pick. That was coming next.
Yep.
It was about to be Fuzz Yater if it didn't get better.
So what do you think? You got Joe and Eddie on the bottom line here with Cat 55 behind them. What do you think is going to happen?
I think D-Rate's going to come around that outside and pass them all. I think he's going to link up here. You're right. You do not want to be in the front. I don't know if you can even hold this for 2 laps if you're D-Rate. It's kind of a danger zone. You can't really get way out in front. You can't hang too far back. You've got a good push here with Eddie Morris and the Cat 55. You just gotta, if you're the 11 right now, you've got to hope Balenciaga links it up quickly, because he could set you up for success. if we get
Yes,
the white
sir.
flag.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, you definitely have some good competition coming up behind. You got Sharn Hill and D Wright back there. So, I mean, Butchino's a little far back, but I'm going to imagine he's going right to that third lane as soon as he can.
Well, he might try to get to D Wright as soon as he can, because with no teams being on the table tonight and everyone being in the same room, no one's talking.
No, I could have just broadcasted down there and called out this race and just screamed at him the
You
whole
almost
night.
could have.
Just started screaming at everybody.
You almost could have. Here we go, going green. Pace car's off.
And we're going to see if Wright tries to get that great jump again. This time, will he bring Eddie Morris with him? And what is the 11 going to do with Brent Merle? You see D. Wright driving right to the bottom side. We are back to green flag racing. Wright does get way back out in front. Got out there extremely quickly as now Eddie Morris and Ryan Gomes trying to catch back up, but I said what was going to happen. He gets too far out there. Here comes that outside line. Balenciaga and Brett Burrell trying to link up. Sharn Hill coming to break up the line. Well, the 11's going to have to be careful. He's not clear of either driver. And again, a Merle brother not clear is going to bring out the caution. This time, it's not Junior, it's Brett. Clips the nose, and we will rack and stack it one more time. We said it could happen. You got 3 green-white checkers, you might as well use them.
To be fair, we said it was kind of probable.
It was probable. We're here. There's $100 on the line. You got 3 green-white checkers, a smaller field. These cars are feeling good tonight. You know, I do think someone won a Devtona like this, so they could win Heat 1 like this as well.
It's entirely possible. I don't know who that person was, but it's entirely possible.
I don't know. But Joe Wright remains in the lead. This time, he's going to have his Neon teammate, who's not really a teammate tonight, going to be starting to his outside of Eddie Morris. Now, this is where if you're Joe with the lane choice, I think you stay bottom. You're going to have Ryan Gomes behind you. You got to choose. Do you want Ryan Gomes or Sylvain in the 66? And right now, Ryan Gomes showing he can really push in these next gens. I think you got to stick with the 5.5. And just like that, Junior has made his way back to that third line. He's going to be starting with Josh Hall. Looks like Butchino and Trey Spears are going to be getting into the fourth line. So Butchino went all the way from the back, and he's now mid-pack. But what you won't see is D. Wright, Sharn Hill. They are in the pits. Sharn Hill and D. Wright both got meatball flags. And I do not believe either have come out of the pit yet. Balenciaga, Brett Merle, Sharn Hill, and D. Wright all down pit road with David Hartney. Now, how much gas did we have, Hartney? Was there enough to get through this? Did you have plenty of gas to finish it? Or did you leave me again? Oh, I think Hartney left me. So we're going to see what Joe Wright does here. Is he going to want Sylvain or the Cat 5.5? I think my choice is the Cat 5.5. Gomes hasn't led any laps, but he sure has been in the mix of pushing plenty of people up to the lead. see where they choose. Did we get people on? I think we may have. It looks like Sharnhill might be done. D. Wright may be done. Looks like we did get Brett Merle and Balenciaga back out on track. They're trying to play catch up. Trey Spears on his way back out. As we are 1 to go. And in the 3 and 4, they go. As expected, Joe going to stay down. He's going to stay with the Cat 5.5. Pace car going off. And what kind of run does Wright try to get here? This time he keeps it a little bit more compacted. That's going to allow the Cat 5.5 to get up to the bumper sooner. He's got Junior in tow. Josh Hall going to the third line. He's bringing McCarty and Brett Merle up with them. Eddie Morris going to need some friends as the middle lane completely diminished. Sylvain now in the middle lane by himself. Ryan Gomes trying to get to the bumper of Joe Wright. He's got the 13 of Junior. Wright pushing on him, and now you've got Butchino and Eddie Morris trying to get that middle lane formed. Butchino going to have to get a lot closer and give a little bit harder of a push because here comes Chucky Balenciaga. Will he be able to get to the bumper? He's going to go up with Butchino and Morris. The white flag for Heat 1 is out. This thing will finish. This time around, Wright slides up in front of Eddie Morris. Eddie Morris giving Wright big bumps. Eddie Morris now going to the third line. Butchino going with him. Josh Hall and McCarty almost touch doors. The Cat 5.5 goes around Joe Wright. The 13 goes with him. Josh Hall now diving in the middle side. Trey Spears trying to make his way up. And the insanity continues. As Eddie Morris coming to the front. And Butchino going with the outside pass. Is he going to be able to edge him? He does. Butchino wins Heat 1. Eddie Morris takes second. Ryan Gomes third. Valencio. Actually, I just got a screen for it. I got a screen. There's a screen for everything these days, isn't there? Where's my thing? Butchino, Morris, Gomes, Balenciaga, Brett Merle, Jr., Sylvain, Josh Hall, Joe Wright, David Hartney. And it does not look like the invert is happening, so remember, this is going to be Heat 2. And they should, in theory, reverse this, as David Hartney would be coming to the front. And we'll give him a second to let it go. As I jump down to Discord to make fun of Dev for the 3rd year in a row. It's not perfect. And they are going reverse style. And we will try to get a ticker up, but I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be accurate. It's going to quickly adjust. Everybody's going to get a black flag. They're going to clear it. But Hartney, D. Wright, row 1, Hill, or Sharn Hill, Joe Wright, row 2. Trey Spears, Jake McCarty, row 3. Paul, Sylvain, Jr., and Brett. Balenciaga, Gomes, and then Eddie Morris and Devin Butchino bringing up the rear. So it looks crazy. Your leader, currently, and technically, David Hartney. I promise it'll work itself out as soon as they start. Well, and if not, we'll clear black flags. Though they got it. This ain't their first rodeo, as they did catch back up, and the pace car is heading off. I'm going to stay up here with David Hartney as we start Heat 2. And you'll see it, our board's probably going to freak out a little bit as we go green. Ride side by side, Hartney next to Joe Wright, or next to D. Wright. Joe Wright behind him, Sharn Hill behind David Hartney. That outside line getting a huge run now as the Wright brothers bring Josh Hall and Jake McCarty and Junior along for the ride. Now the Cat 5-5, Butchino and Morris join that outside line. How long until they move their way into the third lane? Wright brothers back out in front. But this is super speedway racing. They were out in front most of the last heat and not able to finish it due to damage. As Devin Butchino has already moved his way into that third car in the middle, or in the high line. Hartney's already shuffled back, and Sylvain and Balenciaga to make contact. This should stay green, though, as I believe Sylvain did exit the track. And it is going to stay green. Balenciaga able to get back on track. As Joe Wright now goes, or D Wright now goes to the middle. Joe Wright going to the high side. He's got Butchino with him. You've got Jake McCarty getting pushed by Junior. And the Cat 5-5, Josh Hall. So he's going to try to get back down towards the bottom. D. Wright going to try to link up with Josh Hall. And no middle lane right now as Joe Wright staying up towards that wall. He's now going to dive to the bottom, and Hartney going to get turned. Him and Trey Spears going to make contact. Hartney gets it straight, but the caution did come out. Hartney, Spears, Butchino, and Brett Merle taking damage. And this is Trey Spears trying to get back down behind David Hartney. Not able to do so, was not clear. And we are under caution. We'll go to a quick commercial. As we continue to run some caution laps here, Jake McCarty is in the lead. Butchino going to be starting behind him. Cat 5-5 and Junior, they're going to be in the second row. Josh Hall and D. Wright, row 3. Sharon Hill, Brett Merle, row 4. Eddie Morris, Trey Spears, Joe Wright, David Hartney, and Balenciaga and Sylvain taking up the rear. So let's check on the 66. He is back on track, able to catch back up, get his car repaired. Fast repairs used, Trey Spears, David Hartney, and Sylvain. Interesting. You're going to have the Cat 5-5 up high. That's going to give Devin Butchino Ryan Gomes, and Junior going to be responsible for pushing his teammate, Jake McCarty. And Sharn Hill continuing to be a strobe light. No big deal. He's okay. Does that music still play? Nope, it stopped. Look at us go. The good news is the stream is working tonight. We had some issues on Monday night and Sunday night with different things just happening with iRacing. Every time they go into a big update, it's like something goes wrong. But shout out to Morris Customs, man. Making these all-star badges for the stream. Can always depend on Eddie Morris and getting the best graphics in the game. And doing it in a timely manner and exceeding all expectations. We are going to have 14 laps to go. This time around, you see the pace car is going to pull off. McCarty starting next to Butchino. They enter the Geico restart zone. We are going green. McCarty gets the jump. He brings Junior with him. Josh Hall about a car and a half back. It's Super Speedway Racing. He'll close that gap quick enough, but not as quick as D. Wright gets to the bumper with Brett Merle. You can see that high line. They are tight racing as D. Wright kind of got pushed out of the way. Able to file his way back up. And Butchino and Gomes now dropping all the way to the bottom. They're going to drop in front of Jake McCarty. Butchino now going to come down. He went up for a second, went right back down. He's going to allow D. Wright to control that high line. He's got Brett Merle with him and Trey Spears. Brett and D going to clear. Trey Spears, well, he's going to get stuck. Trey is going to be left to hang as Eddie Morris and Joe Wright go around him. With Sharn Hill, Butchino looks to go from bottom to mid. The Cat 5-5 goes with him. And 3 wide once again for the SCSRA. Remember, the All-Star race is composed of truck and NextGen. Most of these guys, though, run both series or primary NextGen, so they're used to the car. And now, almost equal lanes. Sharn Hill in danger. Oh, he's going to try to get to the middle, so he's not in danger of losing the pack. Balenciaga up into the wall. He's dropping to the rear. Eddie Morris now to the lead. And I don't know if Eddie broke loose there or what, but he made a real aggressive move towards the inside and immediately came back up in front of Joe Wright. May have been a hard push from Joe in that turn. Trey Spears is going to have to be careful. He's almost making contact with Ryan Gomes. He's now going to jump to the high side outside of Josh Hall. And they are 3 wide passing at this point. And Devin Butchino continues to lead. He's got D. Wright and Jake McCarty out there with him. rest of the field trying to make moves. It does look as though Balenciaga and Sharon Hill, I don't see them towards the back of the pack. They may have lost. They did. Sylvain also lost the pack. And here comes Sharon Hill with Trey Spears trying to push him back up into the main. As now Butchino jumps back up in front of McCarty. Oh, and they're neck coding into each other, and thankfully it registers as neck code, or that would have been another caution. As Butchino and McCarty at one point driving inside of each other. That forces Butchino to move back. Now McCarty goes into that middle line. Eddie Morris does not follow suit. That's going to put McCarty down there with the 11 of Brett Burrow Jr. out in front. But just like that, David Hartney pushing Eddie Morris, keeping him out in the lead. Wright brother comes up. Joe almost makes contact with Butchino and Hartney. Now he drives all the way back down to the bottom. Jake McCarty now moves into the middle lane. And this is like a rerun of the first heat with 10 to go. These guys leaving it all out there knowing there's $100 on the line. McCarty now drops towards the back. That high line well formed over the bottom line, led by Eddie Morris. D. Wright leading the high line charge. You've got both Wright brothers and Butchino up on the high line. You got Eddie Morris, Hartney. And it looks like Wright brothers have split up once again. D. Wright comes down. And the 13 going to take some huge damage here as the caution is out. And we said it was more than possible. Let's see where it happens. Butchino Jr. locking up. D. Wright gets pushed all the way to the inside wall. He comes back on the track like a missile. Spears. We saw what happened to Ryan Gomes. Brett Merle even further back, trying to get around it, and just gets the 1X for touching the grass monster. Well, Josh Hall. Interesting. Josh received a 4X, and I'm not quite sure he was ever touched. As cars went spinning all around him. Well, this has been fun. And we'll see what we can find over here. Couple drivers going down pit road now. Butchino, Josh Hall, D. Wright, Trey Spears, Ryan Gomes. Eddie Morris, your current leader. You can see pit road is busy, as they will have, they're at 6 laps to go, and they should be right about 4 when this thing kicks back off. Looks like Lucky Dog goes to Sylvain. as he's coming around. Well, we saw a little bit of this in the first heat. They raced it, kept it pretty clean, and then went into 2 green-white checkers. Will it happen again? I'm going to say, yeah, why not? There's a lot you could do with $100. And if you go to this club that Tony Sarge goes to, you'll take that 101s, please. Morris, Wright, Hartney, McCarty, Merle, Sharn Hill, and Balenciaga. You see him, Buchino falling right behind there. Brian Gomes, D. Wright. Funny thing, Eddie Morris, Sharn Hill, and Devin Buchino still think they're in the playoffs. Just kidding. We just forgot to remove the P's. Now, Eddie Morris, he's going to have David Hartney. And Wright, he's going to have Jake McCarty. Sharn Hill, Brett Merle going to be starting in row 3. Buchino, Balenciaga, row 4. Cat 55 and D Wright in row 5. It is not easy to win a race from row 1 on any restart. Eddie Morris about to have his hands full. Eddie, stop eating the pork butt. You're not supposed to drive in there. And the pace car off. I wish we could paint the pace car. We can do so many great things with it. As they come to the Geico restart zone. See Wright already pinching way down into that lower line. He's going to move back up. Eddie going to get a big jump. About a car and a half. Wright coming with McCartney on a surge. Brett Merle trying to get to the bumper of the 43. They are not clear of Joe Wright. And Balenciaga and McCartney both drop to the bottom line. That leaves Joe Wright to link up with the Cat 55, Buchino, and Sharn Hill. Move to that third line. Oh, and we're going to get a wreck as Josh Hall and Jake McCarty going to be involved. Josh Hall's going to spin back up into the track. And caution. And this may Have ended some drivers' heat 2. McCarty does a really good job saving it here. Oh, the Cat 5.5 and Hall take the bulk of the damage. Hall being turned backwards onto the track, though, is why we're in a caution. Eddie Moore is still credited with being the leader. Let's see if I have the old screenshot one. Do I have that one? That might just be the Daytona 500. Make a little screenshot camera. Let's take a look at what these drivers are wearing inside. Eddie Morris, Jake McCarty, David Hartney, Brett Merle. I mean, Brett, I think we could put a better suit on. I'm not quite sure. Junior. Joe Wright. Oh, he's pretty. Sharn Hill. Devin Butchino. Sylvain. Balenciaga. Ryan Gomes. Josh Hall. And Joe Wright. And finally, Trey Spears. Might as well sit here and play with some cameras, see what we get going on here. And the caution's still out. So this time, well, we going green, white, checker style. Ooh, the static blimp. Not many campers out there at Talladega tonight. Not as many as needed. Eddie Morris going to start on the bottom. Hartney going to start up high. Brett going to start. Ooh, tricky. Eddie Morris kicking back to his roots. He is going high line with Jake McCarty. That's going to leave David Hartney on the bottom with a set of Merle brothers and Devin Butchino. Eddie's going to be up top with McCarty, Sharn Hill. Yep, and Sylvain. I was like, I think that's Sylvain. Couldn't really tell when he was that far back. And we are going into an official green-white checkered here for the first of 3 if needed. Brothers bumping brothers. I feel like we need the Wayne Brothers theme song. Hartney, how much copyright will we get for the Wayne Brothers theme song? If it's only Russia, I could care. That's what I love to do to David Hartney. Ask him how many copyright strikes I can get in a night. Memorial Day leads the way, by the way, with 7. All in Russia. They don't like freedom. Pace car going off for what could be the last time in Heat 2. The odds do not favor it, though, as there's still a couple fast repairs that could be used. We'll see how it plays out. Hartney needs a big finish as he finished last race. We are back to green. Eddie Morris, well, he came in second in the last heat. He's looking to get a win here. But you know, one heat one, you see he's kind of lurking as the third car in the middle lane. Will he do the pit viper move? He's going to dive back to the bottom and try to get a run here. His Hartney linked up hard to Eddie Morris. Brett Murrell also linked up with them. Now Brett does have Junior behind him. Hartney trying to get the white flag to fly here. Can he get Eddie Morris across the line? I do believe so. White flag is out for stage 2. After this, we will take a couple seconds. Butcher's going to have to do math. As Earl Brothers almost link up again. So he'll do a little bit of math. The average best finishes will decide the running order, and we'll do a 10-lap shootout. Winner take 100. Devin Butchino looking to maybe claim his money. Whoa, Eddie Morris getting punted up to the high side. Junior trying to push his brother. Ooh, Brett's going to move up into the high side. Hartney now squeezing in. Will he get clear of the 13? He does. Here comes Butchino and Eddie Morris again on another big run. Eddie Morris, Devin Butchino, David Hartney. Your finishing order. Let me bring this bad boy to Heat 2, and we'll show the results. Well, maybe. I think he broke it. I'll tell you what. I don't know if Devin knows it, but it's getting pretty dark. See, Heat 1 showed. Heat 2 hates me. All right. And it looks to be a little crazy. It won't bring up our results, but I called out our top 3. And this is the part of the show where I think the math has to come into play. Maybe it's called the warm-up. It is not. It is not the B main. Wait. It is the B main. Interesting. Eddie Morris, Butchino, Hartney, Brett Murrell Jr., Sylvain, Jake McCarty, Joe Wright, Sharon Hill, Balenciaga. Josh Hall, D. Wright, Ryan Gomes, and Trey Spears brings in the rear. Now the math comes in as they got to set the grid for a 10-lap shootout. David Hartney needed that third place finish. Get him starting somewhere in the middle of the pack. And we're going to head to a quick break as they've got about a 2-minute break. I'll be right back. Well, we might as well come up here in the booth with Tony Starch as Ryan Gomes is out there burning it down. Got about a minute. So, how about Season 7 and how hard it was and going to Season 8? Some exciting things coming in Season 8. You know, a lot of mile-and-a-halves coming. I think Iowa and Sonoma, definitely probably the hardest tracks going to be in the regular season. But good challenges coming from those guys. It should make for some really good racing. I know Season 8 is going to bring over a couple ASR drivers. They're going to come in and really fill up the rookie class. So that's always going to be fun. And of course, Starch Racing is going to be formed. And yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Why not? Has 5 seconds remain. Ooh. And if that's correct, which I'm not sure, it looks to be somewhat correct. They're going to have about 52 seconds to grid. Ish. We will bring it back to the big screen. Now the real question is, can I find it? It should be known as the feature. Eddie Morris, but you know, they swap spots in the heats, and it plays out 1-2. Hartney, Brent Merle, Junior, Sylvain, Jake McCarty, Joe Wright, Sharn Hill, Balenciaga. Well, that's weird. They have the same car. Something's not right there. Oh, okay. Sharn Hill is Balenciaga. Josh Hall, D. Wright. Ryan Gomes, Trey Spears. Bringing in the rear. I don't think there's going to be too much shuffling going on here. And this main going to be a quick one. So expect some aggression coming from all drivers. $100 on the line. And I heard if the 68 wins it, the broadcaster gets a bonus. It's just what I heard. And in case you were wondering, David Hartney is back in town and still loves upper deckers. Hi, Chris Morton. Welcome to the chat. Just in time for a 10-lap shootout. Here in the main event of the SCSRA All-Star Race, as we will conclude Season 7 tonight. First time here. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. We've got the completion of a league tonight. It's a combination of the SCSRA NextGen and their truck series, racing their all-star race, the best of the best in the league. And they're about to compete in a 10-lap shootout where you have the sweeping champion starting in first, Devin Butchino, and Eddie Morris starting on his outside. And we are green. Eddie Morris getting out in front of Butchino. Is he going to try to get in front? Or does he stay up top with the 13? Junior pushing Eddie Morris, Hartney in the back, and then you got Josh Hall, Sharon Hill, and D. Wright. Balenciaga now moves into that high line. Hartney gonna chance it. He's going down in front of Butchino. And if he wasn't, I think Josh Hall was going to attempt to make the move, but just like that, Junior and Eddie Morris dropping back down. Sharon Hill doing a little bit of flashing behind Josh Hall. Balenciaga with a big move up in front of Joe Wright. And coming to the line, leading the first lap of 10, Eddie Morris. Josh Hall going to be the first car on the high side. He's got Sharon Hill as his pusher. Balenciaga moving into the third lane. Hesitates a little bit. I think Joe Wright was going to go with him. D. Wright bumps Sharon Hill out. Sharon Hill gets pushed to the third line. Now if Balenciaga wants to go up, he has help up there. Instead, he's going to close the door on Sharon Hill coming back down. Eddie Morris Jr. and Hartney still out in front. 3 cars going single file. Josh Hall now joining that single file line. D. Wright coming with a surge on the middle line. He has Brett Merle with him. Josh Hall now moving from bottom to the high side. He is not clear of D. Wright. D. Wright pushed up from the middle line all the way to the top, but the entire line stays with him. That's Brett Merle and Joe Wright. Josh Hall gets filed to the back. Eddie Morris continues to lead. Patience from Junior Hartney. Now Butchino moving to the outside of Hartney. He's going for a high-speed pass. He's got the Cat 5.5 going with him. And Brett Merle. Ooh, Cat 5.5 almost comes down and makes contact with the middle line. He checks back up. Josh Hall now trying to come on the third side. He has no help out there. Whoa, and David Hartney with a flash of the car. Again, Hartney having some connection issues. You don't see that very often. Right in front of Sharn Hill. Well, how you like them apples, Sharn Hill? That's what it looks like. As Butchino and Cat 55 get around Eddie Morris, they're going to bring Brett Merle and D. Wright with them. Balenciaga, Josh Hall, and Joe Wright. Trying to get a run on that high side. They're now going to move to the bottom. That's going to leave Merle, D. Wright, Josh Hall, Balenciaga, Hartney on the middle lane. The 11 now looking to get to the lead. Will he be able to get into the sweeping champion Devin Butchino's way? Butchino getting pushed by the Cat 55 and Eddie Morris. Devin has not won the All-Star race. Usually has to fork $100. He's had a good night tonight. As the Wright brothers come down in front of Butchino, they are looking to keep that trend alive. Steal the boss's money is what I like to call that. Sharn Hill doing the strobe effect on that third line. He's fallen all the way back. Set of Wright brothers in the lead. Butchino giving a little peek. Does the Cat 55 go with Devin Butchino? Does Butchino move maybe up in front of Josh Hall if he comes with Balenciaga? The 11 of Brett Merle Jr., they're going to move up. Oh, and Devin just sneaks his way out there in front of the Merle brothers. You've got 9 cars up here in the front. Balenciaga completes those top 9. Everybody else does seem to have lost draft. As a set of Wright brothers trying to make their way past Devin Butchino, who's leading that line on the outside. We said a 10-lap shootout would go quick. Now Balenciaga trying to get a third line formed. Will he get any help? Will anyone go with them? It looks like they're content riding 2x2. As Butchino is still out in front. Brett Merle and Jr. going to be in line with them. Both Wright brothers and Ryan Gomes going to be on the bottom line. The sun's starting to go down at Talladega. We have 2 laps to go. The white flag, will it fly this time around? Oh, Wright brother D. Wright loses it. And now there's only 8 cars in the lead pack. Devin Butchino gets pushed to the white flag. He's got Brett Merle with him. Now Brett Merle's content pushing him right now, but this is not going to last long. Oh, as Butchino makes a big move to the bottom. Josh Hall going bottom all the way to the top. Eddie Morris now going to the bottom. He's trying to link up with the 13. Here they go into 3 and 4. The 13 linked up with Butchino. Does he leave him out for a sitting duck? He's got to be patient. He's got Eddie Morris behind him. Oh, that 13 makes his move quick. Oh, Eddie Morris, if he pushes his teammate, he's not going to. He's going to steal Devin Butcher's money with that push. And Junior going to get a win. And does it in his own fashion. Does not need the DQ as Junior makes a big move. Eddie Morris screws his teammate out of $100. And he's got to have a slight giggle. Joe Wright finishes third. Brett Murrow fourth. Butchino fifth. Balenciaga sixth. Josh Hall seventh. Ryan Gomes 8. D Bright 9. Sharn Hill 10. All right, that's it for me. Everybody have a good night. Just kidding. Just kidding. You know we'll pull them up. I don't even know if Junior knows how to properly burn them down. He's never had to do this. What's going on? And we'll let Junior celebrate it. We'll head on over to the checkered. And let's see if I can find Discord first of all. And maybe get Joe. You know what? I'm not even going to go to the booth. It's Oh, Hartney's in the booth. Hey, buddy.
Hey, bud.
I'm going to move up. I'm going up to the hauler this way I can just drag them straight down.
There you go.
Yeah. Since, you know, I have 40 screens going on right now, it's not easy. Of course, I can't drag Joe down to the hauler.
You said you need Joe?
I do. He won't move him down. I can't get him down to the hauler.
I got you.
All right, that's your job. Joe Wright. Guy and
Hey, buddy.
Hartney in the booth. Welcome. How you feeling after tonight?
Man, I felt like I was pretty aggressive. Had a great time. The new draft model, whatever they've done there, is just awesome. I had a great time racing tonight.
Well, the both heat races, man. We saw you and your brother doing what you guys do on Super Speedway. Didn't really work out for you heat 1, heat 2, a little bit better, and now you come in with that third place finish, man. And it was a blast watching you guys all night. You know, when you see an all-star field and it's not as many drivers as a normal field, you worry. Like, what kind of show are they going to put on? But then you remember, it's the best drivers in both series. And they're in the all-star for a reason. And you guys put on an incredible show. Some big moves, some great pushing. And you look like everybody was having a lot of fun out there pushing these next gens around the track. So you're right. Whatever iRacing did has paid off. But, man, third place in an all-star. Got to be
man,
content.
In the race, I was like, man, guy probably having a good time watching this thing because I'll tell you what, it was fun in the car. I can imagine it was pretty cool to watch. A lot of cool moves, people making aggressive moves, but a lot of give and take at the same time. It was fun to be out there with them boys. Congrats to Junior and getting that dub, and those guys winning the heats as well. Shout out to Devin and all the admins here at SCSRA, putting on shows every week for us and giving us a place to race. And man, there's not a league like it out there, I don't think, personally. You know, we have fun with it every single week. I can't wait for next season to start.
Well, I'll tell you what, Joe. Usually I'm like, hey, man, the floor is yours. But you've already taken it out of my hands tonight. and you know what? I'm good with that. What are we looking forward to going forward to Season 8?
I look forward to some changes, some new people coming in, you know, some people leaving, and we'll see what we come out with. Hopefully it's a good product.
That's it. And you know, Season 8, your bread and butter is those super speedways, and there's going to be plenty of them. So I expect to see Joe Wright in Victory Lane at least once next
Yeah, if I can make all the races in the playoffs, I should be able to contend for that chip one of these times.
That's it, brother. Well, it was good seeing you out here, man. I'll let you get out of here so we can get old Eddie Morris in the booth. But man, good racing tonight.
Later, buddy.
I was like, Hartney, you got to kick people out. I can't do it.
I'm working on it, bud.
Oh, Eddie the Fried Piper Morris over here from Old Morris Customs, making me my beautiful decals all year. And more importantly, the best thing I've seen Eddie Morris do all year was push Junior past Butchino to steal his $100. I may have called it that way in the race too. Because, Devin's never won it, and he always has to fork the money out.
Well, see, it just comes down to who's going to pay me more.
And
I'm just playing.
That's it.
I'm just playing.
Who's going to split that pot, huh?
Right. No, I'm just kidding. Now, when Junior come up, I mean, that was kind of the only move I had right there. I was kind of, if he'd have stayed down, maybe that'd have been me. Maybe somebody would have pushed me. I don't know. But that's about the only play I had. He said, I don't know if that was the right move or not. And I'm like, bro, it got you the win. Like, I'm making that move 10 out of 10 times. Like, there's nothing to second guess there.
That's the only move he had, really, right?
Yeah, for sure. Like, that's the only move he had. Like, I was playing with the only move I really had. And, his move was just better than my move. So shout out to him. And I'm pretty happy for him. So I know he's pretty stoked about it.
Well, man, you had yourself a good All-Star break. You finished second, then finished first, and then came back in second. So, good time,
man. Like the qualifying, man. I don't even know why we ran that. Like, that was all inverted and stuff. But I guess it wouldn't be an SCSRA All-Star race if we didn't have some kind of, session malfunction or something.
Some tomfoolery from our league owner.
And you see the sun is starting to set very quickly here at Dega, and I'm thinking if you boys caution, we may be in trouble.
Yeah, there's no lights here. That would have got really interesting really fast. So, been good.
Well, man, season 8 right around the corner. What, about 3 weeks? I'm going to say 3 weeks. You know what? I at least need 3 weeks off, so I'm going to say it's 3 weeks. That sounds better than 2. But, man, what are we looking forward to going into the next season?
Like the schedule looks pretty good. The super speedways, I love that type of racing. There's 3 super speedway races on the schedule next season, so that's pretty exciting. We go here twice. We start the season off at Daytona. We get one of these in the regular season. We get one of these in the playoffs. So that's pretty exciting. Schedule next season looks pretty decent. Hopefully we can get a group of people in there that take it seriously and stick with it through the whole season, whether or not they make it into the playoffs or not. So we can have a full field. Maybe you'll even stick around and learn something. So it's definitely encouraged, and we appreciate the ones that do stick around through the whole season and run in the playoffs, even though they're not. So shout out to those guys. It's a real good group of guys here. So shout out to everybody. Everybody behind the scenes, everybody that shows up to race. Just we wouldn't have a league without it. So appreciate those guys. Appreciate you up here in the booth. Just looking forward to super speedways and stuff, man.
Man, that's it. I think next season looks so enticing. I even came out to run the truck, so we'll see what happens. And I'm horrible.
All you got to do, man, is get some seat time, man. Like, seat time. I'll say it once, I'll say it a million times. Practice, and scuffs.
You say that, but the problem is I get distracted by eating ice cream halfway through. So yeah, no matter how much
you need to get a VR then. You need a VR. You won't even see the ice cream. It'd be like blinders. You'd be all right.
This is true. But all right, Eddie. Well, you know what? It's been a heck of a season for you and heck of an all-star race. But man, I'd say we get to go get some much-needed breaks, but I feel like we never get them anyway. So, but hey, at least we don't race for 3 weeks, and we'll take whatever time we can get, and we'll see you here in 3 weeks as we head back to Devtona.
Yeah, Yeah, for the record, man, like the admins, we don't get enough.
There's no off season. Like
There's no off time.
Hartney's like, hey guy, I'm gonna want out of town again. You're gonna do every broadcast. Like what?
Yeah, we got to figure that out.
By the way, the next 3 weeks, I picked up on a Wednesday night too because I know you weren't doing anything.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
But yeah, so yeah.
I got you, guy.
Crazy.
No, that's it, man. But you know what? We're busy, but everything doesn't run. So, and definitely from the broadcasting side, big shout out to you. You make my job extremely easy, especially with having to change so many graphics throughout the season. I get them before I even leave work on the day. So, and they always look spectacular, and I throw them up. I mean, shoot, what time? What'd you say? 4:30 this morning. You're like, I'm just making my all-star artwork.
Right.
4:30 in the morning, and I'm like, I was sleeping.
Right.
But definitely shout out to you and whole Morris Customs because without you, man, I don't think I could make this broadcast as nice as it is. You provide a ton for it. So
I appreciate it, man, and the appreciation it goes both ways because if it wasn't for you, putting out a great product and doing the awesome stuff that you do, it kind of challenges me on my side of things to kind of make things a little better. Whereas, before maybe I might say, it's only going to be used one time, and I won't worry about straightening up a line too good or whatever, So whenever you got one side doing awesome shit and you got the other side doing some awesome shit, we just come together and make one awesome thing. And I definitely appreciate you also.
facts. And somehow you have completely changed my post race where now I have your beautiful face. So
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
I'm never changing it, by the way. It will always be here for SCSRA.
Yeah, man. Whenever that was revealed, I was glad I wasn't drinking anything. It would have went everywhere. So yeah, crazy.
But all right, man. Well, I'll let you get back up there. Well, Hartney will. I can't move anyone. And I guess we'll bring Junior down. This is going to be interesting. I've never had to do this before.
Oh man. Yeah, right.
I was wondering if he knew how to do a burnout. I'm glad he did.
Yeah. All right, boys.
All right. All right, and Junior, our winner tonight. Congratulations, and we will catch you guys in 3 weeks. Everybody have a good night.
Sounds about right.
I mean, Junior, welcome to Victory Road for the first time officially on your own.
Well, I mean, it's technically like the second or third time, but first time with you. So we're gonna go with that.
It's the first time with me, and I was concerned. It got a little rough. I think you and your brother both made some crazy clear moves, but you weren't clear. And I'm like, oh man, this is gonna not be good for them. And then the main comes, and man, you put a beautiful move on Devin. You left Eddie no option. He went with you, and he pushed you all the way through there, man. And you took this one, and the proud winner of Devin's fine $100 bill.
First and foremost, thank you, Eddie. But secondly, it is so sweet taking Devin's money.
You're probably getting it in pennies.
If there's somebody's money I want more, it's Devin's. And I don't know why. It just feels so good. It's like that piece of warm, like peach cobbler with some ice cream next to it. That's what that feels like. But seriously, I made a move on Eddie there at the, I think coming out of 2, I seen his big run, and it kept him at bay, and then we were able to get back in line, and I just kind of shuffled out, and my thought was I'm not going to wreck him, but we will go door to door here, and I wanted to get to his quarter panel and kill his run with the side draft there on Devin, and Eddie just kind of stuck with me. So big thanks to Eddie. Big thanks. He's always a good pusher, always a good friend at the super speedways. Just don't piss him off, or he'll leave you high and dry.
This is 100% true. The other news coming out is Josh Hall made tonight's race being the previous winner of the All-Star race. So I believe this is going to move you into Season 8's All-Star race. Season 8 schedule, we've seen it. What are we looking forward to most?
Well, this might be my last SCSRA race.
Whoa,
Um,
whoa, whoa.
Wait a minute, Junior.
Whoa, wait a second.
I think I think Eminem's talking about taking the summer off. We all got a lot of plans. Don't want to commit to nothing. You know, I think I'll stay relevant. Just not really sure what we're all doing as a team. And I bought a travel trailer right before Sonoma. So we're going to do some traveling. Probably be around on some Wednesdays. If you see me on, it might be just a screw around. My brother, same thing. I just think we might take the old summer off here. We've raced a lot of consecutive seasons for the last 4.5 years. And yeah, I mean, it's still kind of up in the air. You never know what happens in 3 weeks.
No, 100%. And if you don't make season 8, season 9 will be coming more at a winter time frame.
Yeah.
So definitely get season 8. It's definitely tough. You got to enjoy the nice weather while we've got it. And man, I'll tell you what, I got myself a travel trailer, and one thing I learned is if you don't use it, you waste a lot of money of it just sitting there. So definitely get as much use as you can out of that thing.
My dad drew a coveted elk tag in California, so that's right in the middle of our season. I got a mule deer tag that I drew along with my dad also. So we got some hunting to do and just some things to do, and so we might just not commit to nothing. You know, you might see us pop in for a race or two, but
that's it. Stuff to do, and you know what? You got to take that time with the family while you got it, because one day you don't. And man, just keep us posted on how those hunts go, and you get something good, definitely send us the pictures so we can get them all posted for you, because we'd love to see it. But definitely, if we don't see much of you next season, enjoy your time with your family. It's a blessing to have that time, and you got to take advantage of it while you got it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, always going to be appreciative of what the admin team has done, and you guys here, you know, broadcasting and you know, putting up with my antics for as long as everybody has is probably not the easiest thing to do. So, you know, thanks to everybody for that. And
hey, Junior, can you promise me one thing?
What's that?
I've gotten a lot of fucking requests about upper deckers again. Can you come back on the show on Thursday?
This Thursday?
Not this Thursday, some Thursday.
Yeah, we can come back on Thursday.
Yeah,
I'd be happy. My cousin's graduating high school tomorrow, so
no,
I won't be around. Yeah, but man, it's I sat down in the rig tonight and I contemplated a lot of even mentioning that we might not come back, and you know, it's a little bittersweet. Not gonna lie, I spent a lot of time with most of these guys, you know, and like the Wright brothers and Eddie for a long time, and Josh and Devin. So, you know, kind of one of those things. It was a weird thing to sit down going, man, this could be the last SCSRA race I race. It could be a break. I don't know. We just don't know.
Well, if you do stick around, the season 9's already in the works, and it's going to be one for the record books, but I can tell you that much.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this season was great with car count and whatnot, and I scaled it back. I mean, I kind of started my scale back this season by only racing like 3 truck races, and you know, it was definitely nice not being committed to 2 nights. And I think
get it, brother.
Yeah, I just think it's one of those things. It's, you know, kind of time to go check something else out. Maybe take a mental reset and do some other things.
Understood 100%, man. Family comes first, and you know, you got a small one with you now.
Yep, and he's so active right now.
Yeah, you got to enjoy those times, man. They don't last long.
Yeah.
So not at all. What do you get? What do they say you get, man? Like 8 Christmases before, you know, Christmas completely changes. You got to take advantage of all those times. 8 birthdays, and man, you really add up the time. Shoot, I feel like yesterday I was just holding my daughter. She was wearing my military uniform, like, and the thing was oversized on her, and now she's driving. The other one's now a freshman, so you wake up one day and you wonder where the time went. So take advantage of it. But dude, congratulations. at least you're ending the season on a bang and taking the money and running. So
Yeah.
can't blame you there.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna offer up part of that money for the person who doesn't make the playoffs. The first person, I guess, so it'll be whoever finishes 13th in the standings at the end of the regular season. I want $25 to go to that person because that bubble boy is the worst. So I'm gonna give that to Devin. I want that one to be like a kind of an incentive to keep people, racing a little bit, because it kind of sucks when the playoffs come and people kind of bail out, and everybody did kind of good this year, but it gets a little rough, for the rest of the people. And honestly, those guys that are in the back of the top 12 need the more drivers so they can make up the more points. So yeah, I want part of that to go to that guy for whoever it is in season 8.
It's gonna be May.
I was gonna say, so you're how do you throw this to end up 13th?
Right.
But
yeah, it's not much, but it's honest, right?
Hey, that's it. You know what? It gives people something to compete with and keep those numbers competitive and guys showing up. So, no, Dev will definitely appreciate it. Before I let you get out of here, man, you know how we're gonna end it. We're gonna leave off with the floor is yours.
Yeah, just thank my team. Jake and Max when he showed up, Provolt and my brother Brett, and thank you guys for the adminning and the broadcasting, and the guys for just always having a good time. I mean, we all might have a problem once or twice, and everybody kind of just shakes it off. So it's always cool. Wednesday nights are definitely a blast. So yeah, just thanks to all you guys, and thanks to everybody in the league. Thanks to my girlfriend for putting up with this, and she's not a big fan, so don't think she's quite listening, but still, thanks to Lindsay. So.
well, man, you know what? It's kind of like my wife. I think she just listens to me because I'm screaming into the mic most of the night broadcasting you guys, but half the time she comes in here and slams the door and tells me how loud I am. But she lets me do it, so I appreciate it. But
I hear you.
Again, Junior, congratulations, man. We'll let you get out of here, get up into that garage. I'm sure any of these guys watching the broadcast just heard that news, so you may have some explaining to do up there.
I might have a few minutes of explaining to do.
You might have a couple, but we'll get you out of here, man. This way you can take that time.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, brother.
Hey, and I'm officially a winner this season, so.
You are officially a winner, and Hartney still loves upper deckers.
Hey, I love upper deckers. Let's go.
That's. Oh man!
All right, thanks, guys.
Yes,
Have
sir.
a good one, Junior.
Well, Hartney, it's been a heck of a season, man, and it comes down with some tough news. But you know what? Some news that you sometimes have to hear, especially when you realize you're in the prime of your life, man. You gotta take advantage of those years because you wake up one day and they're gone. But
man, Junior and I did not start off on a good foot. When I first started back in season 2 or 3 or something, I can't remember when I started. It was almost the reason I quit the league. But I have so much respect for the guy, him and Brett too. I know especially now, like if we met up at a track, we'd have a damn good time. So I understand his position, especially with having a baby and trying to spend some more time with the family. I wish everyone had the opportunity to do that, because like you've said and like he said, that you blink and that time's gone. So happy for him to make that decision and spend more time with his family and dedicate more time to them. Sometimes it's a hard call. We're all kind of wrapped into this forever. So we don't really have a choice sometimes, but I'm happy for him and glad that he won it tonight.
That's it. Well, I think it's time for us to go into a little bit of hibernation on Wednesday night broadcast for 3 weeks, because it sounds better than 2.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just gonna say it's 3 weeks.
Real quick, I just want to get this out, guy. I appreciate everything you've done for us, man. Not only for SCSRA, but everything you've done for the broadcasting team in general. We wouldn't be where we are without you. So, in all the work that you've put into it, I know you're going to say the same thing to me. We do this together, but on the SCSRA broadcasting team, I mean, this is prime for explosion, and I think we're doing a great job, and it's all thanks to you, man. So I want to thank you on behalf of the SCSRA admin team. Let's keep it up, bud.
Man, and you know, kudos go all the way around, man. It's not a single person. It's absolutely taking a village to keep this thing going. But man, we still ain't done. We have 2 championship races coming this week. Are we going live tomorrow night, or are we going to take the week off and
What are you talking about? I got 3 weeks to catch up on.
You're right. So tomorrow, David Hartney will be live with Eddie Morris back in the booth. And we'll see who else pops up in there as we then head to Sunday night NSRA Championship. And then we already know ASR, they have chosen. They are going to go Xfinities at a night race at Daytona. So that's how they're going to end that season as, we had those 4 guys in the booth on Monday night. That's going to bring some excitement. We saw some excitement tonight. They started it off. And then the official off season will begin. So good times, man. It's been a heck of a season, but we'll take a little bit of break from talking and more work on the back end. So that's about the only break we get. We get to save our voice for a couple weeks.
Yes, sir.
But all right, Hartney. Well, we will catch you tomorrow night in the booth, and that's going to be it from me here for SCSRA's Next Gen series. Catch Hartney tomorrow, and we'll be back Sunday night. You guys have a good night.